solutions that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Hey, it's the Good Greek Spiro, and when it's time for your next move, trust the brand the Miami Marlins trust. The Good Greek, as the National Mover of the Year and Florida's most preferred, Good Greek will make your move a home run every time. Whether it's across town or across the country, trust America's best mover to get you there safely. Schedule your move today at goodgreek.com, the official mover of your Miami Marlins and National Mover of the Year, Good Greek.
Good Greek, moving and storage, your superhero movers.
ADT is the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows every second counts, especially in baseball. 1 second you're down, the next you're on top again. 1 second the bases are loaded, the next everyone's home safe. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, I had my top button done for a couple of innings there, but we finally got to undo it with an insurance homer in the bottom of the 8th from Maximo Acosta, and it turns out the Fish needed it. There was a home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs from Drake Baldwin for Atlanta, but the Marlins do hold on and win 2-1 in a game that lasted just 2 hours and 13 minutes. Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez here guiding you through the 10th Inning Show. Today belonged to Edward Cabrera. Yeah. This guy, I mean, last time out against Atlanta, it was at their place. He went 8 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball with 11 Ks. Today was probably better. 7 scoreless, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 10 punch-outs, 100 pitches, 63 for strikes. What jumped out to you in particular about Cabby's dominance today?
One, it was the ability of throwing the fastball for strikes, the sinker for strikes, which then set up the changeup, which also set up the curveball. For me, when Cabby is on, that's what you see. I saw a lot of 99s on, on the board. Like there's been plenty of times where his fastball or his sinker is like 95, 96, and the changeup is thrown harder than his actual sinker. Today wasn't that case. Like I felt like he just woke up today and was like, dude, I feel really good. I'm just going to go out there and just all of a sudden throw it. And he did it right from the very beginning. He established the fastball early in counts. He broke off when he got into 2 strikes, which is exactly what he needs to do. He's a strikeout pitcher, showed that he's a strikeout pitcher. He was just absolutely, completely dominant and throwing every single pitch for a strike. And that is why he was able to have that kind of success here.
How about the youngins today? Troy Johnston had an RBI double. Johnston played in the first run of the game for the Marlins, and then Maximo Acosta. He's 3 for 18 in his major league career.
They all count.
But they all count and then some. I mean, all 3 hits, homers for Maximo Acosta. I saw he's 2 off the major league record. Rodolfo Castro for the Pirates, his first 5 major league hits, all left the ballpark. So Rodolfo Castro, I guess congratulations to you, but congratulations to our guy. Maximo came through in a humongous spot. Yeah. Troy came through in a humongous spot. These guys are really starting to find their footing in the big leagues.
I think for Acosta and for Johnston, like both of them are getting more comfortable at the plate. For me, like Johnston, when he first came up, all eyes were on him, right? Like it's been a while. The fans wanted to see him. They see him in spring training. They see the numbers that he's putting up in the minor leagues. And then he gets that and puts a lot of pressure on himself to try to do more than he has to do, right? It's just kind of like, hey, just do what you were doing in AAA. Don't try to do more. Don't try to do less. Just do that what got you here. But some guys, when they get called up, I want to get that big home run. And all of a sudden they go 0 for 4 and they're like, now I need to chase a 4 for 4 day to get back into it. Now you can see he's kind of like relaxed a little bit more. I feel like the coaching staff has probably talked to him and said, hey, just relax, man. Like, look, we've seen what you could do in spring training. We know that you can hit. Be a little bit more patient. You've seen the patience. And then whenever they throw it across the plate, he's been hammering some pitches. And now all of a sudden you're starting to see like, oh, okay, that's the guy that we knew you could be. And for Acosta, like, dude, he's got some pop in that bat. Like, we've seen him go center field twice. This one left center field on a breaking ball coming off his back. Well, he's got good life when he hits the baseball, got good backspin to it. A fun player who now you're just looking at him like, you know that you don't have to just hit the ball over the fence, right? Like, you can get regular base hits.
Right, exactly. Hey, last one, quick one for you, Gab. Two guys jumped out of this bullpen in relief of Cabrera. It was Tyler Zuber, who's got some stuff.
He's got stuff.
Serious stuff. And then Josh Simpson. That was a big out. You know, he came on to finish an inning left on left. He hit Matt Olson, and then he got Ronald Acuna to bounce out. Like, that took some serious guts locking back in and getting Acuna to roll out. In that
like,
scenario.
You're coming into the game knowing that you need to get Olson. Right? Like, you don't want to get to Acuna. Right. You don't want that lefty-righty matchup.
So much so that the Marlins didn't even give him a scouting report for Acuna. Like, Daniel Moskis, the pitching coach, had to go out to tell him, here's how you got to pitch to Acuna.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the point was go out there, get Olson. Lefty-lefty matchup. That's who your job is. And, you know, like, back when I was playing, he would have been taken out right there after Olson. But now you have the 3-batter rule. So you're looking at it going, okay, what are you going to do here? You got Acuna coming up. Yep. You do have a lefty in Harris that was behind him, but you can't walk Acuna to, you know, fill the bases. You just got to go after him. He made the right pitch. He got the ground ball. That was big because in those type of situations, you can fold or you can kind of rise and say, yeah, I hit him by accident, but you know what? I'm going to get Acuna. And he did just that.
And Simpson, Rose, Gabby Sanchez. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's hear from Steven Strom and Maximo Acosta postgame, translated by the great Louis Durante.
How different does that home run feel knowing that Atlanta just scored a run here in the ninth?
Sí, qué tan bueno se sintió ese jonrón ya después que viste ahorita que también anotaron ahorita en el noveno ellos.
Sí, primeramente gracias a Dios por la oportunidad y se siente súper emocionante porque fue la carrera que nos aseguró la victoria y nada, tremendo trabajo de Cabrera, especialmente tremendo trabajo viniendo y sacando 7 innings, haciendo que el juego sea más rápido y tratando de minimizar la ofensiva de ellos, tremendo.
Yeah, first of all, you know, gotta thank God, you know, for this opportunity. Of course, it feels great because we know that was the run that allows us to win. But kudos also to Cabrera, 7 inning, just making things fast and easy for everybody, and just silencing those bats over there.
3 career hits, 3 career home runs. What's the secret?
Sí, 3 jonrones en tu carrera, 3 hits en tu carrera. O sea, ¿cuál es ese secreto?
No, gloria a Dios por eso. Yo solamente vengo a trabajar y a controlar lo que yo puedo controlar y pude hacer el ajuste en el turno anterior y a ese turno que fue.
Yeah, glory to God. You know, I just come here to work, do my best, and make the adjustment on that last at bat, and was able to connect hard.
How have you seen the team get back to the winning standard over the last couple nights?
Sí, la importancia de ver al equipo que está regresando de nuevo a esa columna, ¿no?, de victoria.
No, súper emocionante porque nos pone nos compromete para el año que viene. Va a ser una temporada muy, muy importante y esta también ha sido súper importante y nos mantiene conectados en el clubhouse, que es lo más importante, la química y este es un equipo joven y hay mucho talento aquí que va a explotar el año que viene.
Yeah, it's just great for this clubhouse. There's so much talent that it's going to explode next season. And it puts us into a commitment, right? That we keep winning here and we got to keep winning next year as well and just keep giving the fans a good show.
All right. That was Steven Strom and Maximo Acosta, translated by Louis Durante after a 2-1 win for the Marlins over the Atlanta Braves. We will step aside. Highlights when we come back on the Marlins Radio Network.
Why choose
Plus Human?
0-1. Sanoja with the ground ball over to short. So Jay-Z flips to second for 1, on to first, dug out by Contreras in time for the double play, but the run does come in to score. It's not productive from an RBI perspective. There are 2 men gone, but the Fish are on the board. It's 1-0 Marlins in the bottom of the 7th.
Like Citi Field fall.
Yep.
And Atlanta.
First pitch, that one a liner up the gut, rolling right through into center field. It plates 2 more. Marcian from third, Augustine around. He scores from second. Ball rolls back into the infield, and Heriberto Hernandez has a multi-hit, 2 RBI day. He makes it 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the 3rd. Extended from the letters. And payoff again. That one a bouncing ball up the middle. That one is through for a base hit. They're going to wave Hicks around. Nootbaar's throw is going to third. It beats Hernandez by plenty. They tag him out there, but Hicks does come in to score. It's an RBI single for Troy Johnston, and there's some more breathing room for the Fish. It's 4-1 Marlins in the bottom of the 5th. Acosta hits high in the air, out to center and deep. Nootbaar is back at the track, and it's gone! Maximo, the first hit of his career, is a big fly. Maximo Acosta, 418 feet later, is in the hit column. And it's 5-2 Marlins in the bottom of the 6th. Someone get him that baseball.
Now.
Here's the pitch. And it's cut on and missed. Sandy is fired up. It was perfect. A sinker at 93 dove to the lower inside edge. It's a season high. 9 punch-outs for Sandy Alcantara, and he looks like Cy Sandy tonight.
The Throttle. This message is brought to you by NHTSA.
Hey, this is Andrew Nardi, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
Good win for the Fish tonight. Really good win for the Fish tonight. And a quick win for the Fish tonight. 2 hours and 13 minutes. It was a 2-1 win for the Marlins over the Atlanta Braves. Edward Cabrera was sensational today. 7 scoreless, 1 hit, no runs, obviously, and a scoreless start. He punched out 10 and walked 2. How did this game sound? We literally have nothing to play for you before the bottom of the 5th inning. But there was a leadoff walk issued by Spencer Strider. Otto Lopez drew the free pass. He then stole second base. And Troy Johnston swapped places with him to open scoring. First pitch to Troy. He smacks high in the sky, right center. Acuna on the move. He is back, and it short hops off the base of the wall. Otto held, but he's around third. He will score without a throw, and Troy Johnston swaps places with him. It's an RBI double, and in a pitcher's duel, it's the Marlins that strike first. 1-0 Fish in the bottom of the 5th. We want to play you a couple of checkpoints here. Edward Cabrera got a punch out on a nasty curveball of Michael Harris to get him through 6 scoreless. 0-2. That one cut on and missed. Dirt-bound curveball. Edward Cabrera, nasty again tonight. Cabby, that's strikeout number 10 for him, and he's through 6 innings of 1 hit shutout baseball. Go to the bottom of the 6th. And then 3 outs later, this guy pushed it from a great start to an excellent start. 1-2. That one looped out to right. It's hanging up for Weimer. He makes the catch, and he does complete 7 innings. Edward Cabrera, 7 scoreless with just 1 hit against him and 10 punch-outs. Time to stretch at Lone Depot. Then we got into a sticky situation at the top of the 8th. Tyler Zuber got 2 quick outs, but then Jurickson Profar laced a double into the right field corner against him. Marlins opted to go to Josh Simpson in a left-on-left matchup. The lefty reliever came on to see the all-star Matt Olson, and he hit Olson with the second pitch that he threw. So runners at first and second, all of a sudden, because of the 3-batter minimum rule, Simpson is in the game facing one of the best right-handed hitters in baseball, Ronald Acuna Jr., but Simpson rolled a huge ground ball out. First and second, 2 men gone. 0-1 pitch. That one a hard roller over to third. Acosta's got it. He tosses to second the short way, and a 5-4 fielder's choice gets Simpson out of the jam. It was well struck, but on the ground over to Maximo Acosta, and the inning is over. Marlins get out of it. Simpson gets out of it. We go to the. So Josh Simpson rolled probably the biggest out of the ball game, although Edward Cabrera, I mean, every single out he got 21 of them, and he was absolutely sensational. But the bullpen, they pulled their weight in the 8th. And then how about Maximo Acosta, the 9-hitter,
with Major League hit number 3, Major League home run number 3 to give them some breathing room in the bottom of the 8th.
0-1 pitch. Acosta hits one well out to left center field. Profar is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. There's the insurance. All this guy does is hit homers. His 3rd major league hit. They've all left the yard, and there's the breathing room we've been clamoring for. It's 2-0 Marlins at the bottom of the 8th because of our guy Maximo.
Maximo Acosta, again, 3 hits, 3 homers. This guy is 3 for 18 in his major league career, and all of them have left the yard. Atlanta did make this thing interesting with 2 men gone in the top of the 9th. It was Drake Baldwin that cut the deficit in half.
Next pitch. That one drilled high in the air, center field and deep. Hill is back at the track, at the wall. He can't get it. It is gone. Derek Hill scaled the wall in straightaway center. He was just a couple of feet off. Drake Baldwin drills a 2-out, 2-strike homer to keep the game alive. It's 2-1 Marlins in the top of the 9th.
But Calvin Fauché recalibrated, and he got save number 12 on his season.
Albies 0 for 3. 1-0 pitch. That one a ground ball over to third. Acosta has got it. Fitting, he finishes it. Toss over to first. That is the ball game. Acosta's 8th inning insurance homer proves to be the difference. 5-3 on the final putout, and Calvin Fauché gets the save. Tonight belonged to Cabby. 7 innings of 1-hit shutout ball. Cabrera Cade 10. And the Marlins take game 1 of this 3-game set with Atlanta. 2-1, the final score on Monday night in Miami.
And that is how this one sounded. When we come back, we'll probably give you an out-of-town scores check. Apparently, Clayton McCullough has been talking for the last 12 minutes, so we'll hear that at some point soon. 10th Inning Show rolls on next on the Marlins Radio Network. ADT.
Ball games. 2-1 pitch. Augustine hits one high in the air, out to left and deep. That is monster bound and gone. That went over the monster and over the El Tiante Hart. Augustine Ramirez with a monster blast. It's homer number 18 on the year. The second homer for the Fish. It's 7-2. Red Sox in the top of the 7th. 1-1. Wagaman drills out to left center field and deep. That is monster bound, and it's gone. Wag attack over the monster. Eric Wagaman smashes a ball. Perfect no more for Crochet. He went 7 up, 7 down on cruise control, but Wagaman caught up to the heater. The 9th home run that Crochet has allowed on the four-seamer this year, 111 miles an hour off the bat, and that opens scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch that I could hit.
Pitch again. That one past the dive of the third baseman Bregman into left for a base hit. That brings in X, and Liam Hicks waits out Whitlock. He shoots an RBI single the other way, and it's a 1-run game. The tying run in scoring position with 2 men gone to the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. 0-1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen. Knots this game at 3. Anthony Bender is ready in the Marlins pen. Marcy drills the ball out to right. Down the line towards Pesky's pole, and it's gone. How about this rookie, Jacob Marcy? You are unbelievable, man. Left.
All right, 10th Inning Show rolls on here. It was a 2-1 win for the Marlins over the Atlanta Braves. We will get you Clayton McCullough in a moment. I saw that just came through. So, Ahmed, hop in my ear when you got it ready. Oh, it's already. It's awesome, Ahmed, you stud. I do feel like I should probably give a little bit of a scores update right now. I will give you the finals. Boston beat Baltimore 4-3. That is the only other final score right now. Games that are late. Tampa up on Cleveland 8-0. 10-0 Yankees over the Nationals in the Bronx in the 8th inning. And then in the top of the 8th, it's 10-4 Toronto over Minnesota. Checking in on the division, 5-3 Mets in the bottom of the 6th over the Philadelphia Phillies. And then elsewhere, scrolling. I think we're good. We're all covered there because, Washington is losing to the Yankees 10-0. All right, let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Might have been – I mean, Cabby's had a lot of really good starts this year. This one for me was like right up there. It was the 10 strikeouts, the swing and miss he had tonight. His changeup was outstanding, able to land breaking balls, work both sides of the plate. And I mean, he really was it felt like he was in control, really from the big outset of this outing that you could tell he had his stuff going, and the location was much better than his last start. So he was fantastic. And, we needed that again. I mean, the last couple of days have been taxing on, our entire pitching staff with 12 innings and, yesterday. So we needed that kind of start today. And, he matched Strider the whole way and, just a phenomenal start.
Maximo's homer ends up being the deciding run. I'm going to keep saying 3 hits, 3 homers now for him. Have you ever seen anything like that? And what do you think of the power he's been able to display early in his career?
Yeah, I don't know if I can remember, your first 3 hits in the big leagues all being homers. And everybody was kind of joking about it, laughing when he did it. But really, I mean, the run was really important. Insurance run going into the 9th inning, certainly as it turned out. And, Max got a breaking ball close to him and put a really good swing on it. And the power has been impressive that now he's left the park 3 times, left center, and right center. So to show power to all fields, we're very excited about Max and what we think, Max is going to be able to turn into as a player with what he can do on both sides of the ball. So happy that he came through with another big hit and turned out to be the game winner tonight.
Josh Simpson in the 8th comes in to face Olsen, but ultimately hits Olsen and then bounces back against a guy I can imagine none of you were anticipating he'd be facing there in Acuna. What do you think of his ability to bounce back against that guy in that situation?
Yeah, really proud of Josh. And, a couple outings ago came, to a tough spot there in Boston and things didn't go his way. And, tonight to come out and unfortunately hit Olsen, an 0-1 count. And not the most ideal matchup there. But Josh, to his credit, got strike 1 and then threw like a really good change up to Acuna to get the ground out and get out of it. So really proud of him how in a big spot like that to buckle down and make 2 real quality pitches to get us out of that jam.
How important is that for a young player like Josh? I know the ones in Boston were easy, and then he's had a pretty good ones after that, and in high leverage situations as well. So the confidence that you can show to him and how that can help him going forward.
Yeah, certainly a lot of these experiences we hope are going to be beneficial for a number of players that are in our clubhouse right now moving forward. And, for Josh in particular, we think very highly of Josh and the type of stuff he has. And you just have to go get back on the horse sometimes when it doesn't go your way and still have confidence that Josh can go get big outs for us in tight spots. And so, yeah, and it's one thing to be thrust into some of those moments and to come out of it and have some success because it plays a big part in, filling up that confidence bank for guys. And so really happy for him that he was able to come through for us. And hopefully that just puts him in a really good spot as we continue on, moving forward, that he knows he can come in and get in some pickles and he's got the stuff to get out of it.
How have you seen the team kind of get back to the standard that you expect them to play at?
I think it started with the starting pitching. I think what Yuri and Cabby have done the last couple of nights, what Sandy did, a few days ago, going really, deep into a game. So I think we've gotten really high quality pitching, and those that have been asked to come out of the pen have, they've been a real strength, I think, of ours the entire year. And we've just handled our chances defensively, much cleaner. Most of it was of the routine variety tonight. Cabby was so good, but you got to make the plays behind him. I thought Gus had some really good blocks and able to control the ball tonight behind the plate. And so that part of the game, the pitching and the defense, that gives you a chance every single night because you run into good starters in this league. You run into stretches where offensively maybe things aren't clicking, and you got to find a way to win games like this. And so I think that's going to is and will continue to be the backbone of our kind of identity here is pitching at a high level and playing quality defense, and offensively being opportunistic and running quality at bat. So yeah, it feels good to play what feels like now 2, 3, 4 games in a row that are more, I think, what we expect of ourselves.
A single, double, triple, and a homer where you're only into the game. It's the first time since 2023. Just curious to hear your thoughts on that. That's 118th time all time, but also what it says about your team's ability to kind of put together a win with so little offensive production, especially like you mentioned, after the pitching of the last few years.
Yeah, that's an interesting stat. So we hit for the cycle, but that was all we. It's usually better, huh? That's all we needed tonight. Usually, it's better when an individual does that, but I think that's collectively we'll take it too. It was enough for tonight. And again, you go over the course of the season, and to stack up a lot of wins and to win series and go on streaks, you have to win games in a variety of ways. And tonight, it was mainly Cabby and the guys out of the pen, and offensively doing just enough to push a few across. So. There's, I don't know, that's really interesting. I'm thinking about that now. Yeah, I guess the goal every day is to at least just score more than the other team. And tonight, our team hit for the cycle and scored just enough.
You guys mentioned last time Cabrera was out there that he just wasn't landing his secondary pitches. What did you see differently from him today in that aspect?
I think he just was in accessing the zone much more frequently early on. And I mean, every opponent we face is going to go in there. They know the type of stuff that Cabby has. And when he's able to land multiple pitches in the strike zone, we saw it in the velocity with the fastball, the sinker and the changeup combination. He threw some good four-seamers at the top, and his curveball and slider. When he's able to get into the count early and grab count leverage, get hitters engaged in the at-bats, and now it just opens up his ability to expand off of that. And I think how long some of his pitches held as strikes. I mean, they're coming in there, some curveballs at 86 miles an hour that, coming off of his heater, dropping out of the strike zone. So I think it's with Cabby that the stuff has never been in question. I think what he's been able to put together is just much more of a consistent attack mentality in the zone, allowing him to expand when he wants to, instead of being forced the other way where he's having to be brought back in the zone in bad counts.
You ever get tired of change of 97 hands, like the one you threw to Ronald, for example?
I mean, some of them, like from the side, you don't know what they are. Like they register changeups on the board, and almost have to ask Daniel, like, was that really a changeup? Because like you can tell the action of the pitch running in on righties. I mean, it plays like a lot of people's. I shouldn't say a lot of people's, but a really impressive two-seam fastball with that velocity and movement. And then sometimes they bottom out more. So like the unpredictability of the movement with the velocity at which he throws it at, and hitters have to respect that he's got other pitches that turn the other way. So I mean, this version of Cabby, I think a lot of people have dreamt on and believe that this was always in there. And credit to him for the commitment that he's made this year to making some adjustments and to put together a really, this is not just a fluke run of a few starts. I mean, feels like now for months that he's been, pitching at a really high level.
Joey and Maximo are just a couple of the guys that have come up and made an immediate impact. Marcy, obviously Gus a lot earlier in the season, but just what does that say about your farm system to be able to develop guys that can come up and just be game ready so quickly?
Yeah, real credit every time. The work that Carp and the AAA staff has done, the work that Rachel and Hector have done throughout our minor league system, put in a lot of really strong processes and preparing our athletes very well for their moments when they come up here. I mean, a real tip of the cap to them. And that's something we're going to have to do here. I mean, I think it is like, we're going to need to continue to develop, we hope impact players, but we're also going to need to develop complementary players that have some versatility and unearth some diamonds in the rough and turn those into, Ronnie Enriquez. And so I think there's been a lot of wins on the player development front this year, not only at the, minor league PD level, but also here in the major leagues, which excites us a lot, and something that we need to put our foot down and continue to be a real focus moving forward to continue to churn out as many high quality contributors as we can.
You were waiting for it. X was waiting for it, but to start the game with the triple for him to kind of break out of that hitless streak, how much relief was there when you saw him get back into the dugout? I know obviously he didn't score, so that changes things.
very happy for X. And when he hit it, I'm like, Olsen, please don't jump up and catch that. But no, yes, he squared that one up. I know it felt good for him. And then later on in the game to line out to right, put another good swing on it. So look, X, the quality of hitter that he is, there's only so long that he's probably going to go in a stretch that's even if you want to call it a slump. But for him, that is probably is one. And for him to square up a couple balls tonight, he ran some really good at bats, and expect X to get on a run here where he starts chalking up some multi-hit games on top of each other.
And then I know there's an irony in asking this on a night where Liam plays first base, but to have Troy hitting the way he is against righties and Wags hitting the way he is against lefties, to have those two players doing this sort of at the same time, it feels kind of like the first time at that first base position you've had both things going at once. How beneficial is that to the offense?
Yeah, I think as many people as we need a lot of people to contribute, and we are going to have to lean in at times to trying to find some platoon advantages, whether that be at the outset of games or during games to try to win a moment with a pinch hit, or I feel like is the best construction going in against a starter. So it is nice that Troy has feel like he's really he's got it going. He drove a ball to right center today, lined out again. So he's really his bat quality is much better, and I think Eric's been swinging the bat better as well. So I think that's the hope, is that every day the group we have in there makes it as hard as they can on me to put 9 in there. I think that's a good thing.
All right, that was Clayton McCullough. After this one, it was a 2-1 win for the Marlins over the Atlanta Braves. Edward Cabrera, he was the star of the show. 7 innings of one-hit shutout ball. His 10 Ks, 2 shy of a career high. He punched out 11 across 8 innings last time he faced these Braves in Atlanta. He's got their number right now. Let's hear from Edward, translated by the exceptional anthem singing Louis Durante.
Edward, a couple starts in a row before this one where it hadn't been quite up to your standard. Tonight, Clayton said this was about as good as he's seen you all year, and it's another great start against the Braves. What is it about your approach against them that allows you to be so successful?
Par de salidas anteriores que no ha sido prácticamente lo que eres tú en sí, pero digamos tu estándar, ¿no? Pero bueno, ahorita Clayton habló con nosotros y nos dijo que mejor que esta salida, ¿no? Contra un equipo como los Bravos, que también has enfrentado anteriormente. Háblanos más o menos de cómo te sentiste ahí en esa salida.
Bueno, primeramente, gracias a Dios, ¿sabes? ¿Qué te puedo decir? Ya no me dejo llevar de las cosas malas que me pasan, ¿sabes? Si tengo una salida mala, es algo nuevo, ¿me entiendes? Como que para aprender. Y es lo único que cojo de cada vez que me va mal, aprender de esa y no bajar la cabeza y prepararme para la siguiente.
Yeah, what can I tell you? Thank God, first of all. I don't like to stay on the negative side or negative experience that you go through. All you have to do is just learn from it, get better, make do your improvements, and get ready for the next one.
You had a stretch there where you struck out 5 straight hitters that you saw. What is it like for you when you get into that type of zone?
Sí, hubo un momento ahí que ponchaste a 5 seguidos. ¿Cómo te sientes tú cuando te pones ahí en la zona de esa manera?
Bueno, en realidad yo no lo llevaba contado de que fueron 5 seguidos, ¿me entiendes? Pero, ¿sabes? Es algo que gracias a Dios es lo que funciona, ¿me entiendes? Mantenerse en la zona, y gracias a Dios es lo que estaba haciendo esta temporada.
Well, truly, I was not keeping track. That it was 5 consecutive strikeouts, but it truly is what works. When you stay in the zone, it's something that really works, and thank goodness it did today.
On those strikeouts, you got them to chase quite a bit today. What was it about the way that your pitches were working that, or your approach, that got them to swing at so many pitches out of the zone with 2 strikes?
Sí, estaban buscando swinguear, no estaban swingueando afuera. ¿Qué fue lo que estuviste haciendo hoy? Que tus picheos se estaban viendo de esa forma en la cual esto estaban buscando, ¿no? Pinchando, swingueando fuera de la zona.
Eso pasa cuando el lanzador se mantiene mucho en la zona, ¿sabes? Ya lo que hay picheos que salen de la zona que ellos piensan que estarán en la zona también, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, por eso es lo bueno de mantenerse en la zona.
Yeah, that's what happened when you're constantly in the strike zone. The strike zone, the eye level, once like that, they see it. The probably is a strike, and then it's not. So that is the great part that when you stay in the strike zone.
In your mind, how does this compare to some of your better starts this year?
Sí, en tu mente, ¿cómo se compara esto a tus otras grandes salidas que has tenido este año?
¿Qué te puedo decir? O sea, mi mentalidad siempre está positiva, ¿me entiendes? Ya la de hoy pasó, fue buena, pasó, celebramos, pero ya mi mentalidad está para la próxima salida, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, una a la vez. So.
Yeah, what can I tell you? I'm always, also try to stay on the positive side, but it goes away. Like today, it was a positive outing, and it's great. It was wonderful. Now you got to prepare for the next one and hope that it's another positive one.
Cabby, this was win 62 for the team. You guys won 62 last year. What's been different?
All right, that was Edward Cabrera, translated by Sweet Lou, Louis Durante.
What an anthem.
What an anthem from Sweet Lou. 2-1 win for the Fish. We will step aside one final time. Steve's got takes. Talk to you in a minute on the Marlins Radio Network.
Plus human.
0-1. Sanoja with the ground ball over to short. So Jay-Z flips to second for one. On to first, dug out by Contreras in time for the double play. But the run does come in to score. It's not productive from an RBI perspective. There are two men gone, but the Fish are on the board. It's 1-0 Marlins in the bottom of the seventh.
Like Citi Field fall.
Yep.
And Atlanta.
First pitch. That one a liner up the gut, rolling right through into center field. It plates two more. Marcian from third. Augustine around. He scores from second. Ball rolls back into the infield, and Heriberto Hernandez has a multi-hit. 2 RBI day. He makes it 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the third. Extended from the letters. And payoff again. That one a bouncing ball up the middle. That one is through for a base hit. They're going to wave Hicks around. Nootbaar's throw is going to third. It beats Hernandez by plenty. They tag him out there, but Hicks does come in to score. It's an RBI single for Troy Johnston, and there's some more breathing room for the Fish. It's 4-1 Marlins in the bottom of the fifth. Acosta hits high in the air, out to center and deep. Nootbaar is back at the track, and it's gone! Maximo, the first hit of his career, is a big fly. Maximo Acosta, 418 feet later, is in the hit column. And it's 5-2 Marlins in the bottom of the sixth. Someone get him that baseball.
Now.
Here's the pitch. And it's cut on and missed. Sandy is fired up. It was perfect. A sinker at 93 dove to the lower inside edge. It's a season high. 9 punch-outs for Sandy Alcantara, and he looks like Cy Sandy tonight.
This message is brought to you by NHTSA.
A lot of good stuff today. 2-1, Fish get the win. Cabby, 7 scoreless, 1 hit. Maximo Acosta homer. Troy Johnston double. 2 hours and 13 minutes the time of game. Steven Strom, where are we going?
Yeah, the game at time of game was yummy. So is Edward Cabrera. You had mentioned 7 shutouts. So I looked this up during the break. 4th time completing 7 innings. Awesome for Cabby. 2nd time this year, 7 shutout. To put in perspective on what kind of year Edward Cabrera is having, and we've always talked about the breakout year that we're witnessing with Edward. He went 7 twice in 2024. He never did it in 2023. He did it once in 2022. What's the sentence? Cabrera in one season has went 7 more than any other year. I mean, it has been a revelation to watch this guy grow into the pitcher that we always thought he could be, and now he's performing. The second part to this, it's the arms. Josh Simpson, tip of the cap to you today, my friend, because when he came trolling out here and I was like, oh man, Matt Olson, you're just thinking back. And this is what we do, fair or not fair to relief pitchers. We go right back. We got PTSD back to Boston. And for him to come in here, hit Matt Olson, and then get Acuna to ground out the third base, That's gutty, man. That is absolutely gutty. It's gutsy from Clayton McCullough. I love that he believed in his guy. He put him right back out there in a big spot. There's a lot of guys down. A lot of the bullpen was taxed over the weekend, and for Simpson to come in here and deliver that moment, it was like Sunday, Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, Vladdy versus Ronnie in that 8th inning, that was the game, dude. And thank goodness for Maximo to hit that home run, and then the Drake Baldwin. By the way, get him out of town.
Yeah.
Drake Baldwin hits the solo shot, doesn't hurt you. But I thought Josh Simpson deserves a Strom star of the night. So Edward Cabrera gets 2 of them. Josh Simpson gets 1.
How about Zuby, too?
You told me you like Zuby.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that
You
tomorrow.
see the vision? Yeah, okay. Tomorrow, 6:40 first pitch. It's a really fun pitching matchup tomorrow night. Sandy Alcantara gets the ball against Hurston Waldrop, who has a 0.73 ERA. Waldrop, at this point, he was really good against the Marlins last time he saw them in Atlanta. 6:40 first pitch. Steve-O hits the air with Marlins on deck at 6 o'clock. Big thank you to Ahmed Jordan in studio. For Gabby, for Steven, I'm Jack saying so long from Lone Depot Park. 2-1, the Fish winners. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
Number 1 on your